Hi everyone, welcome. This is Gem 314 Tarot. I hope I find everyone well. Thank you for returning and hello if you're new. Aries placements, today is your reading. You have North Node and Chiron in you. Now that's been there for a while, but we could use a refresher, so let's talk about it. Let's go over it again. Um North Node, South Node, Libra, Aries, okay? North node, south node. Your north node, Libra is south node right now. What that means to me is that your energy or the collective in general is coming out of a cycle of putting too much of themselves into relationships at the detriment of the self. Okay, Libra is Aries opposite. Aries is very self-driven, very self-concerned, self-contained, self-promotion, things like that, vitality, health. um, Aries is the baby of the signs, brand new, all full of energy, but very self contained. That's not an insult or anything. I mean, if the signs are afflicted in the birth chart, there could be egotism here, there could be very self centeredness here, but usually it's an it's a very actualized, I'm here, I'm alive, I have things to do, I want to get going. I want to do my work. I got people to meet, things to do, things like that. Very actualized. Um, for a Libra on the opposite side of that teeter totter is the first of the air signs to go outward and to explore relationships one on one with other people. The other air sign, Gemini, is very concerned with how they feel about things, how they think about things. They're learning, they're excited about learning, they're excited about how they relate to their own world. The next air sign up, Libra, is how you process, how you relate to others. Okay, so with South Node being in Libra, it says that there was um, a cycle of us giving way too much to peacemaking, to balancing other relationships, and Libra being such a compromiser, it developed into a detriment to the self. That's what we're dealing with right now, where we're now in North Node Aries, taking back personal power, healing from giving too much to other people, and refining that self-actualization that some of the collective may find themselves alone at the time, at the moment, having shed those old relationships, and now are in a moment of rediscovering themselves. Okay, putting more attention back into yourself, putting health back into yourself. I heard what do they want me to say? It's like when you give approval to other people, now you're giving approval to yourself, okay? And this is an extremely needed aspect of the North Node South Node dynamic, where you cannot funnel too much down the drain into other things, because then the basin that is you will empty. Okay, so this is a moment in time where we're refilling our own cup. Okay, also in you right now, however, playing against that is Chiron, and Chiron is the wounded healer, where we explore our own weaknesses, we explore where we feel we have detriment. There are there's a group there, let's see, I think it's every 20 years or so there's a group that's born with Chiron and Aries. I'm in the group that was born in the 70s. There's a group that was born in the 90s. There may have been one in between, but there's also now we're again with Chiron in Aries, maybe every 15 years or so. Now we're again in the position of feeling like we have a detriment or a wounding to our own our self-worth, how we view our importance, things like that. um the thing with Chiron is that the woundings Chiron in mythology experienced were done to him, not by him to himself. Okay, so these are woundings that maybe we're dealing with that other people have done to us that are now affecting how we see ourselves. Okay, um, so Chiron in mythology, I believe, had three woundings altogether. The first one was to the ego, because he was born when Zeus took the form of a horse and knocked up some poor nymph, and she gave birth to a half horse, half man, and she was totally skeeved out by it, and she abandoned the baby. Okay, that was the first of the woundings, abandonment issues. He was raised then by Apollo and Artemis, the sun and the moon, and he was taught philosophy, medicine, music, all the high level educational things that demigods are taught. And he, in turn, became a teacher to others. He taught all the gods' half kids like Perseus and Hercules and all the heroes, okay? The second wounding was I'm missing one, but the one I'm getting to is when he and Hercules, or Heracles, depending Roman or Greek, they were in a meeting, having like just a chisme episode. You know, the two friends got together and they were having drinks and having a little one-on-one party, whatever, catching up, things like that. And the other centaurs, the born centaurs, the race of centaurs, they are feral and wild and untamed. They're the horny frat boys, okay? Travel in a pack, and they came upon the meeting between Heracles and Chiron, and they wanted to partake in some of that special wine that they were drinking. Well, it turned into a brawl, as most meetings of fuckboys becomes, and in the fray, Chiron got hit with an arrow from Hercules that had been poisoned. Um, it it gave him a gaping, gross, weeping wound, okay? One that because he was immortal, he could not die from it. And because it was poisoned, it would never heal. So that was the second or third. I might be missing one wounding in between. That was the third, I think, wounding. So that was done to him by somebody he trusted, all right? And Heracles was, of course, very grief stricken about it. He didn't mean to hit his friend, but it was a wild brawl. So things were very chaotic. And in the chaos, Chiron got hit. So in order to free himself of this suffering, he contracted to trade places with, I believe, Prometheus. Prometheus was the god who gave humans fire. And because of that, we became enlightened, and the gods saw that as a threat. So, to punish Prometheus, he was positioned on a rock where I think something would drip poison onto him, and he would tremble and suffer. And his wife had to sit there with a bowl and catch the poison to give him some relief. But every time she had to leave to empty and wash the bowl, the poison would drip on Prometheus and he would suffer again. So Chiron worked out a deal where he said, I will take Prometheus's place and release him. And the way Chiron healed himself was by giving himself in service to relieve the suffering of someone else. And that's the key to Chiron's energy. It's where we're wounded and we can't heal ourselves. We work extra hard to try to help other people overcome that same wounding. Okay? Um, so then, to show respect to Chiron for his sacrifice, they put him in the sky as Sagittarius. Okay? Um, so Aries, let's explore this a little bit. With the North Node being in you, you're being called to put more effort into yourself. But with Chiron there, you are constantly dealing with the idea that you don't deserve that. Okay. And you're also dealing with no matter how much you are putting into yourself, sometimes you feel like it's not enough. You feel like you're still not good enough. You're still not healed enough. You're still not um you're still not at your full level. And unfortunately, part of that blockage is you thinking that because it's an Aries, and Aries is it's the self, it's the ego, it's like that. But Chiron is there with that wounding there. There's something in the ego that feels like you're not enough. Okay? Look in your chart and see where in your birth chart your Aries is. So, like for example, if you're born with Aries in the 10th house, which is career and status and your reputation and things like that, your your self-worth is really wrapped up in your work. And if Chiron and Aries right now, it may feel like no matter how hard you work, no matter um no matter how you succeed, no matter the promotion, no matter what, you're just still not doing enough. You're not making enough. There may be people around you. Now, again, 10th house, Aries 10th house. There may be people around you who are making you feel like it's not enough, you know? And that is where we're supposed to be healing right now. So again, Aries, you have North Node and Chiron in your sign right now. Um, so we are going to go to the tarot and see if this is how this is playing out. Now remember, the tarot is just a snapshot of the energy of the moment. So this can be for anyone. Everybody's at a different point in the timeline. So you may be experiencing this past, present, or future. Let's talk about it though. The main thing we want to keep in mind is that the work we have to do right now is to give back to ourselves, and we have to work around the Chiron's influence of nothing is good enough. Okay, so here we have again the seen and unseen reading that I laid out. This time I laid out two layers instead of just the animal wisdom deck first, because I want to try to cut down the time a little bit. My readings definitely go over an hour, and sometimes I feel like that might be too much for the collective to listen to at once. So we laid out two layers this time. And what I'm finding here is that you really are trying to be in your power. You're being discerning. You have your ego is enlightened here. We've got the rooster, which is the sun card. We've got judgment here, which is discernment, and tiger, which is the King of Wands, Guardian of Branches. So, King of Wands, again, Aries energy, or Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, fire energy, the ego, very active, very sure of himself, very confident. Judgment is like you're really, really being discerning about things around you, about the people around you, about how you fit in your little group, about what you will and will not accept in your dynamic, things like that. The sun here is very active. This is truth. This is enlightenment. This is, growth and warmth. And I love that they picked the rooster for the sun card because it has a very strong energy of coming forth and crowing about your own accomplishments. Okay, that I love. Here in the unseen, we've got the Empress, which is the cow. We've got the Albatross, which is the Eight of Swords. And we've got Hummingbird, which showed up yesterday in that hot mess of a reading with the fairies, as Victory, the Six of Wands. So, here in the unseen, what people don't see is that you're in a kind of the Empress is very nurturing. It's all about growth. It's all about nurturing and growth, new things, calmness. It's about it's new life and ideas. It's projects and new life, ideas, projects, and relationships. It's I can't read this. Protection and love, abundance, fertility, both physical and material fertility, peace and serenity. That's the thing. Peace and serenity. You're peaceful. What they see in the scene here, in the scene energy, is that King of Wands. You're fiery, you're confident, you're taking charge. That's in the waking world. And like maybe at work, you're taking more charge of things. You've got more responsibility. Um, you're vital, not vital, but your vitality is up. You're energetic and cheerful and things like that. But what they don't see is that the underlying energy to that is an energy of calm and fertility and serenity. It's like you are being, what's the word here? It's also creativity and self-care. Yeah. It's like this is what I'm talking about. Okay, so Empress energy in the Rider-Waite and the regular tarot, the Empress is ruled by Venus, and Venus rules Taurus and Libra. And what were we just talking about? Where the South Node is now in Libra, where we had been giving too much to other people, but now the North Node being in Aries, it's drawing some of that energy back into ourselves. Okay, this is self-care. Underneath of your newfound fire is all the self-care you put into it. That's that Empress energy. You're now manifesting for you. You are now giving more energy to yourself. You are now putting more self-care into you. You're paying more attention to your joy, your creativity, your production. The key to this card is nurture yourself and all around you. And that is the underlying energy that you're using to fuel this King of Wands energy in the scene. Okay, this is what you're showing to other people. And the King of Wands, the tiger, and the tiger here, he has got the sun right here on his heart chakra, which is beautiful because you've got the sun over here with the rooster. And in between the two, on the judgment card, which is crocodile and butterfly, you have the sun right overhead also. So this is your fire energy at work. That's beautiful. I love that. So not only is it in the sky and over you, you've got it in your heart chakra now. You are giving that vitality back to yourself. On top of Tiger, we drop the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is the slow moving manifestation of material gain. All right. He is the slowest knight in the tarot. Normally, none of the knights come to stay. They come to initiate, to start things, to bring new projects, new situations, new offers, things like that. But they don't usually stay. They're not kings. They're not meant to stay. The night energy is meant to come through and bring new things and then move on. Except the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is on his way to being the King of Pentacles, and he is one step down from the Emperor proper. So you have determination here. You've got you're being methodical, meticulous, and your efforts are being measured carefully, okay? Now, on the Empress energy, the beautiful cow, Earth Mother, you've got the Hanged Man, which is interesting because that comes into play later. The Hanged Man is Pisces energy, where you are, on top of this self-care, is this you're pulling it from so deep. You're going inward in order to gain perspective, but this is inner perspective. This is, what the hell was I doing? How do I want to change? But it's very internal. You're not really sharing that with other people. All you're sharing with other people is your power, your energy, okay? But what you're not sharing is that the way you're nurturing yourself is by really keeping your own counsel, okay? Underneath, we've got Judgment here, Crocodile and Butterfly, Masters of Discernment. It's reviewing, it's release, and okay, so it says review, release, assess, and revise, okay? It says recall what was put to rest, okay? Righting wrongs, repairing hurts, and release the dead. Um, accept, accepting, accept and forgive. Okay, that brings liberation. When you accept and forgive, you liberate yourself. All right. This says transform through acceptance. So I feel like there's part of you that's processing. The only way to work past this is to accept that it happened and let it go. The thing is with judgment, when Gabriel blows the trumpet at the end of all things to bring forth the rapture, what that does is it brings up things that had been dead in order to call them to account, to assessment, to determine their worth, okay? And then where you put that. On top of that, we drop the Fool. This is beautiful, renewing. Remember, it said renew and assess and renew. Okay, that letting the death, letting what is dead go, will bring liberation. That's the key with death that a lot of people forget. Like when death shows up in a reading, they freak out. But it's not there to punish, it's there to liberate. Okay? That's what the judgment is doing. It's liberating the things that had been put to rest so that they can be released. Okay? On top of that, you drop the Fool. And the Fool is coming back around to a new cycle with renewed energy, enthusiasm, but without the baggage of the old. So you're really showing out in the open, in the scene energy, that you are going to cut people off, release old situations that are no longer serving you. The dead is dead, and the Fool energy comes in, and it's like now I can really jump forward. Now I can really move on. I'm released from this. I've made a judgment call, and now I'm giving this brand new energy to new projects, to new ideas, things like that. In the unseen, we do have the albatross, which is the Eight of Swords. This is somebody that's in analysis paralysis. This is in the unseen, in the hidden energy, what you're not showing. And what you're not showing is you are really tied up in your head about something. Sometimes what comes to me with the Eight of Swords is the idea that there are no good options because the person is blindfolded, their hands are tied, and all these swords are around them. Those swords are gossip, other people's opinions, preconceived ideas. Again, remember I said there was that Chiron and Aries telling you you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you don't deserve this, you don't have the energy for this, they're not going to respond to this. It's all that negative self-talk. That's manifesting here in the Eight of Swords, which is tying you up in all this mental anguish, okay? But on top of that, you drop the Six of Wands, and that also will play in a little in the next card. Six of Wands is victory. It's recognition. It's overcoming a battle, you are finally walking with pride, with a reward. So this, I love this for you, Aries. You are dealing with this Eight of Swords mental anguish, and on top of it, you dropped the victory card. You are definitely, again, more fire energy. You are definitely in a position to receive reward for all this mental anguish. And this is in the unseen, in the hidden energy. This is something you are not showing people. Also, with the hidden energy, now put yourself where you resonate. The hidden energy also could represent things that are moving on under the surface, with what the divine might be moving on the down low, maybe some things that you don't sense yet. If we look at it as like starting here and then rising to the surface, and then when this energy rises to the surface, there will be something else that comes in on the hidden that's working underneath that will then cycle up into the surface. We can look at it that way. Otherwise, for some in the collective, this is what you're showing people, this is what you're not showing people, okay? So this may be something where you have hard earned this new transformation, and you're going to be rewarded, or you are being rewarded, or spirit is recognizing your victory over this this burdensome mental anguish. Okay, you're doing it. You're laying it. You got this. Okay, I'm proud of you. I have Chiron and Aries in my chart also. So this is very encouraging to those of us who have that detriment in Aries. Now, here in the future, well, I mean, I was doing past, present, future, but it was just working out to being seen and unseen. Here we also have the sun with the rooster. I love this. You're crowing for yourself. You've come out of the darkness of night into a brand new morning. The sun is shining on you. Your ego is healthy, and you're coming out full chested with your whole chest crowing about your accomplishments. On top of that is the Three of Wands. And that's beautiful energy because it's a progression, it's progress, it's moving forward, it's continuing feeding energy into the plans that you put into place with the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands was making a plan, the Three of Wands was the progress towards that manifestation, and you've got that on top of the sun. I love this. It's like the sun is blessing your progress. In the unseen, again, you have the Six of Branches, Hummingbird. She came out yesterday. This equates to the Six of Wands, which you just had over here on the Eight of Swords. Victory. So this is beautiful energy. Victory, recognition. Let's read this. Victory, success, reward. Be be proud but humble. Okay? Be proud of yourself, but don't make other people feel like shit for where they are in their timeline. Okay? There's admiration and respect. There's remember how you got here and who helped you. Okay? This is beware of conceit. Don't get conceited. Don't get penisy. Don't get cocky. But appreciate where you are. Appreciate who you are. Appreciate how you got here. And appreciate the work that you had to put into yourself in order to elevate. But don't give in to arrogance or ego, okay? This says shine with victory and uplift others in the process. So on top of that, we dropped the Chariot. Cancer energy, movement again. Actually, sometimes in some of the cards, the chariot is being pulled by sphinxes, okay? And the mythology with the sphinxes is that they guard the gateways to another cycle, a new step, a new level, a level up, okay? A new point in the journey. In order to pass into the new paradigm, you have to show that you learned all your lessons. So in mythology, when you come to a sphinx, they ask you riddles. They test you. They want to know that you are advanced enough to move on to the next level. So in the chariot card, there is movement to another level. However, lots of times the sphinxes in that card are resting. So they're not actually moving yet. You are just now at the gateway points of that movement being possible. So with here we've got the Six of Branches, Six of Wands, victory, and the Chariot. Get in the Uber, it's here. That's what I heard. The car is packed. The gas tank is full. She's running. Get your shit. Get in the car. You gotta go because you are being called to collect your reward. Okay. Now we Spirit had been moving me to add another card to this spread and to call it the anchor card. So what is anchoring this whole setup is Pisces energy, the Hanged Man. I love this card in the Animal Wisdom deck. It's the bat, and bat is one of my favorite animals. She moves at night, and during the day she rests. So here we've got the sun, which heralds the daytime, and here we have bat, which is the night. And in this card, she is hanging upside down. Like you had the Hanged Man here on the Empress. Like I said, you had two cards that repeated themselves. You had the Hanged Man and Victory. Okay? So this is surrender. This is sacrifice. This is listening to what's in the darkness. Okay? It's quiet inner reflection. It's wait and renew and tune in. This is connect with your higher self. It says go within and open your wings. All right. So this is the anchor card to me is saying that all of this is possible because of this inner work that you're doing. Again, this is inner work that you're not necessarily being forthcoming about to other people. And you know what? That's perfectly fine. A lot of times when we express what we're doing to other people, before we actually have a plan, before we're actually finished with our work, we share our progress with other people, and that diminishes the energy that we have to put into our project. So a lot of times people get really excited about something that they want to do, and they share that excitement with everybody else, but that drains all that energy off to other things, leaving nothing to put back into the project. That's why a lot of times people are excited about something, but as soon as they talk about it, they lose focus, they lose determination, they lose the desire to do it. Um, that's not happening here. You are definitely in your inner introspective phase, and you're using, I heard a lot of it is happening in dreams. You're working a lot of stuff out in your dreams. I would suggest listening to sleep meditations that help guide you to release things and to empower your self-confidence. Now, on top of that, we drop the Ace of Wands. See, more fire energy just feeding back into you, Aries. But this Ace of Wands is a gift from the divine. All the aces are a little unexpected bump up from the divine. And this one is for a new dynamic, um, I always want to say project, but it could be a situation. It could be just a change in you. There's new vitality here. There's new health. Also, that's the one thing I wanted to mention. When I drop so many wands, to me, the fire cards are for our health, our body, our blood, our heart, our vitality, things like that. So make sure that while you're doing this inner work, you are also paying attention to your body. Um, this goes way beyond drink more water and eat more vegetables. This is like get your meds dialed in, get your heart checked, get all your checkups done, get your labs done. Make sure that you get out in the sun. Fire signs, you are revitalized by being outside. Okay. Um, with fire, if you have a lot of air in your chart, also fire and air together is electricity. So maybe you're enlivened when storms come around. Definitely take advantage of that, okay? Of course, batten down the house. You don't want rain to get in. But if you feel a thunderstorm coming, make sure you take some time to actually tap into that natural energy. That will be a current of power to you. If you have a lot of fire and earth, you might just want to lay out in the sun. You be a sunbather, you love the beach, things like that. Anything you can do to use nature to revitalize you, that goes for all the signs. If you look in your chart and you see the how the elements are distributed in your chart, maybe you have a lot of water and a lot of air, that would be the whitewater rafting or swimming or something like that. If you have a lot of fire and earth, it could be rock climbing, hiking, sunbathing, things like that. But make sure you tap into what your body needs from nature in order to heal itself. And that's what I feel like you're tapping into here with the anchor cards. Okay, so we're gonna go on to the ancestors and angels. So let's summarize this here, Aries. I love this for you. I see nothing about love or relationships. I see nothing um, romantic here. This is all about you, and I love that. And Aries needs that. Like I said, the baby of the sign, they're very concerned with their own care and things like that. And like I said, with Chiron there could be a detriment to that. Maybe there's not enough care. Maybe, The people you trusted to have your best interests in mind maybe faltered in your care when you were a child or growing up or whatever, and you're still dealing with those childhood issues with Chiron and Aries. Aries being the baby, this could be woundings that happened in childhood from people that we trusted that we can't change. It happens. We can't change that. And it's going to be our lifelong path to try to heal that within ourselves. The key to that, though, is definitely helping other people heal through that too. Okay? I'm glad we have a lot of hangman energy here, because the hangman being Pisces, this is discernment, perspective being drawn from way deep inside. Pisces rules the deep emotions, the crushing depths of the ocean where the light doesn't reach. This is very moon energy. This is even deeper than the rhythms and cycles of Cancer, where the moon pulls the tides and stuff. The deep, deep ocean doesn't feel that because it's way, way deeper than that. So you're pulling from something super deep. And this might have to do with, oh, there was an aspect going on with between you and Pisces, or was it Pisces and Aquarius? Maybe. But Pisces is the sign right before you. And hold on. It's ruled by Neptune, the god of the deep ocean. What Pisces does is when you go deep into the subconscious, into the collective unconscious, into the part of yourself that is so old that it can be traced back to source. Once you go through that portal, you go through Pisces and begin again in Aries. Okay? It's all a circle. You start out in Aries, you grow, you mature, you experience things, and at the end you end up in Pisces, which is this hanged man energy in Pisces, and you go back into the depths, and you go so deep that it takes you back through source, and you're reborn with the Fool energy back to zero. Here you've got the Fool on Judgment, and you are reborn. So this tells me that this is a powerful cycle for you, Aries, where you are stepping through a portal by finally going deep within yourself and addressing the deep issues, the things that never see the light. And going down there takes a lot of courage, because when you go down into the depths of the ocean, things are down there that they are made to be down there. They're not created to function on the surface. They're not created to function in the sunlight. They are meant to stay in the depths. And when you go down there, have you ever seen documentaries about what's in the deep ocean, in the Marianas Trench and things like that? It's frightening. And that is a really powerful symbol of what we encounter when we go deep within the psyche of Pisces energy. Okay, we come across things that are foreign, that are terrifying, that have been down there so long they look alien. And that's what we encounter when we go deep enough in ourselves to address those old issues. Okay, so let's go on. That was my chair. Let's go on to the angels and ancestors. Please, can you give us some insight to guide our sweet Aries in this powerful journey of self-care and rebalancing? I hope this is resonating. I hope the messages you're receiving are for your highest good. Not all messages will resonate for everyone. Leave what doesn't resonate now, but keep it in mind because it might make sense at a later time. You are all at different points in your timelines. If you're vibing with my content, though, please leave a like. Please leave a comment. Share my videos to help the algorithm get them seen. And please don't forget to subscribe. Also, check my description box for my email, and you can email me and we can discuss a one-question personal reading or a one-question birth chart inquiry. either one for $20. You'll also find links to my Venmo and Cash App if you would like to leave me a donation. I appreciate any and all feedback you may leave me. Thank you so much for being here. So let's get some angels and ancestors messages for our fiery but possibly very exhausted Aries energies. We've got the lady. Enjoy your growth and reap your rewards. Look at that. See? Okay. Can we get two more, please? Two more for Aries. We're dealing with some stuff. Aries, I can vibe with you on this because I was born with Chiron in Aries. I believe in my third house of communicating. Imagine that. Please clarify. Please, oh, that's too many. Oh, I'll take this one though because this has actually, for some reason, I dreamt about that card earlier. The Seer. Okay, that's very Pisces Hanged Man energy. Oh, I remember what it was. I'll tell you in a second. One more, please, for Aries. There. Okay, thank you. I'm like, I shuffled. What the heck? Okay, we've got Earth Guardian. He came out I think last time or like one reading before. So we've got the sweet lady. Look at her. This is very Empress energy. She's in her garden that she grew. She nurtured it. She's healthy. She's done the self-care. She's a little bit older, a little bit wiser, a little more abundant, okay? This says enjoy growth and reap rewards. Okay, the message here is reap what you have sown and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Grow and expand in all areas of life. It says fertility, growth, and abundance. And I love that this popped out first right over the Empress card, which is the cow, which is growth and fertility and abundance. They're all imminent when the lady arrives in your life. All the seeds you have planted are coming to life, and there are plenty more rewards to come. That is definitely emphasized with the Six of Wands dropping twice for you. All the seeds that you planted are coming to life, and there are plenty more rewards to come. In a material sense, this card can represent financial security and comfort. It shows that there will be more than enough to go around. If that, like I gave the example of if you have Aries in the 10th house, nothing you're doing feels like enough. This is your encouragement that you're doing just fine, okay? It will be enough. And if it's not enough, then you have to cut loose whatever is draining you where your abundance is not enough, okay? I don't know if that came out right. This card indicates a considerable amount of monetary success. The lady can also usher in other forms of abundance like opportunities, marriage proposals, and even the birth of a child. She will help you respect nature and connect with the forces in order to have a genuinely supported journey through life. So what was I saying? To connect with nature, however you can in order to help revitalize your energy. There she is with the lady. It just said that too. It will help you revitalize things. Now we get the Seer card. And I saw this card yesterday in my mind because I was watching this content creator who was talking about how she was born with part of the amniotic sac over her face. And I believe she's Russian, so she had a different term for it than I can recognize. But we call it being born with a veil. And when children are born with part of the amniotic sac over their face, it's not only a sign of that they're protected, it's a sign that they will be seers because they can see underneath the veil or beyond the veil. And here we have dropped the Seer card for you. Some of you out there, Aries, I wouldn't have pegged you as very psychic, but you do have the Hanged Man twice. That's why I was saying this plays into the Pisces energy. Some of you are coming into a time in your life where you are activated and you are seeing things way beyond what other people are seeing. It says, see beyond the current situation. It says, look beyond your current situation and raise your vibration and focus on love. This says clairvoyance isn't just about predicting the future, it's about being able to see clearly enough to create your best future. You are being encouraged by your ancestral guides and angels to see beyond what you think is happening. Don't allow your ego or doubts. Oh, see, doubts with the Eight of Swords that was here. Don't allow your ego or doubts to play games with you. Instead of seeing yourself as stuck or lost, know you're in an energetic holding space while the universe recalibrates a path that is more favorable for you. So let me expand on that for a second before I continue. There had been an energy in the collective earlier this year where it felt like you were missing goals or something like that. But what they were telling me was you're too far ahead and you are actually okay. So what they were showing me was you're trying to catch a train, right? And you have a schedule, but your bus is ahead of the schedule. So if you got there, too soon, you would miss the train. Okay. And they were showing me that in order to meet whatever was the next part of your cycle, they had to hold you back a little bit because there were things up ahead of you that they had to rearrange to put in your path so that you could continue. But what we were reading it as was every obstacle, every setback, everything that held us in place, we felt like it was a failure. We felt like I must not be on the right path. I must not be doing this right because they just keep putting obstacles in my way. But we were reading the energy wrong. They were holding us because there were things ahead that were either going to derail us or that were not set in motion yet. Okay. So this card is saying that you need to see a little bit further, a little bit beyond of what is happening right now, because beyond that, there are things in motion that you're not paying attention to. Okay. Let me see. Angels of light are upgrading your energy so your experiences can be more enjoyable. And you're moving towards something extremely uplifting and enlightening. So stay calm. Keep your eyes on the road. Okay? I love that. Now we've got the Earth Guardian. I love the Guardian cards. They're so beautiful. Earth Guardian. Stay rooted and grounded. What was I saying? That um, you have to get back in touch with nature. That's what I mean. And it took me a long time to figure that out because every time people would say reconnect with nature, all I heard was go outside and touch grass. And it's like, why would I do that? I hate touching grass. It's cold and I don't like my feet being cold. So that was all lost on me. That would just go past me and I never got it before. But like what I was describing earlier, if you look in your chart and you see how your elements are distributed, that's how you will figure out how nature nature can nurture. How nature can nurture you. It says take time to connect deeply with the energy of the earth so that you can feel supported and make decisions based on strength and integrity. It's important for you to take a grounded approach to your current situation. If you're rushing ahead or making decisions based on your more fearful responses, that's the Eight of Swords energy, you will miss out on the growth you desire. What did I just say? That they have to hold you back a little bit because you're going to miss something. So if you are rushing ahead or making a decision based on your more fearful responses, you will miss out on the growth you desire. Take some time to calm down and get grounded before proceeding further. That has I think that came in with the judgment card. That it's like a pause before you, or was that yesterday? Oh yeah, that was lizard yesterday. Pause before you jump or something like that. Breathe, relax, and connect with your center. That's what the hanged man energy is doing for you. It's helping you reconnect with your center. Um, then consider what to do. It's important to plant seeds that are going to grow into something beautiful rather than turn into a weed that you have to deal with later. And so that's really beautiful because it comes out after the lady, and the lady is all about planting seeds for the future in ground that you yourself prepared. Okay? And now with Earth Guardian, you're grounding yourself to those goals and you're growing not only for them, but with them. Okay? So we're going to continue to the last layer and we're going to go to the, I don't know if anybody saw it, but my light flickered right after I said that. We're gonna get some final messages the for you Aries and Chiron and North Node energy. Okay, no, that's too many. So I'm really, really loving this message for you, Aries. You're doing great. You're pulling from deep within yourself to heal yourself. Um, you're really, you're really going into the deep places in your psyche where most people don't want to go, but you're in a position, you're in an energy where you are brave enough to do it now. You have the fearlessness to do it now. Okay, moon phases, that's important. We're coming into a new cycle of eclipses pretty soon. So, subscribe because I will be addressing those as they come and doing readings for the signs that those eclipses are going to be happening in. Also, with the moon energy here, it's saying that pay attention to your inner sensitivities, okay? How you feel about things. Also, pay attention to things that cycle around in your life, things that keep coming back that maybe you keep having to deal with. If sometimes you think you've dealt with something, but then it comes back around because there was something that you missed or you neglected the last time. It could be even people that come back around, you know. So make sure you're aware of the cycles that you yourself are in or put yourself in or find yourself in. We've got free yourself, time to take back your life. I love that. It's your heart breaking out of a prison, okay? We also have the whip. Okay, there is conflict here. There's arguing, there's discussions, there's scolding and aggression, there's insults, and there's just not being nice to each other. So this could be, if you are in a detrimental energy, this could be how you defend yourself against people who don't want to see this side of you, okay? This empowered side of you, this taking charge kind of thing. Because when you put, like I said, you're going from a Libra energy, which is putting too much into relationships, and you're coming into a North Node and Aries energy where you're pulling some of that energy back to yourself. Some people don't like that. Some people don't want to be neglected. Some people don't want you to pull that energy from them into yourself because then they can't suck that out of you anymore, okay? And that empowerment might lead to conflict. Okay, so this is cracking the whip, this is fighting, this is arguing, this is discussions about it. Now, on the other side of that, this could be you if you're in an energy of ego or what was arrogance or something like that. You could be conflicting with other people. You have to walk a balance. Remember, the South Node is in Libra, and it's about balance and compromise and fairness. Okay, so the good things from Libra you need to utilize in this. You need to pull that from that side of the teeter-totter, from that side of the scales, and use that to steady yourself like reins on a horse. Use that. Use balance and fairness and compromise, okay? But what we're dealing with Chiron and Aries is not allowing that to be like not allowing people to use that as an excuse to get you to refeed them your energy, okay? Let's get some more messages, please, for Aries. Possum tried to come out. That's also Hanged Man energy. Oh, look. Hydrate, meditate, eliminate, okay? Drink, think, poop. So definitely take care of your health, take care of your mind, and take care of your body, all right? Hydrate, meditate, eliminate. Not just poop, but, the shit in your life, the crap in your energy. Get rid of it, okay? We've got, remember, you are spirit. Connect, listen, know, ascend, and be still, okay? We're going to get a few more. Let's see here. A few more for Aries, please, dealing with Chiron and North Node in their energy right now. I love this for you, Aries. I feel good for you, And we've got, Hermit energy. It says, look inward to the divine within, but don't stay there. That last part is key, because Hermit's energy, Virgo energy, they can get stuck in their minds, okay? That's that eight of Swords energy, even though Virgo is a earth sign. We do have Earth Guardian here. Even though Virgo is an earth sign, they are ruled by Mercury, who is co-ruler with Gemini, the first air sign. So to me, Virgos are honorary air signs because they do get stuck in analysis paralysis, which again is that Eight of Swords energy. Go within to gain a higher perspective, but don't stay up on that mountaintop. You don't live there. Okay, you go up there to see so like it's showing me by my house, I have a hill, and if you go up on the hill, you can see the whole east side of the city. And when the fireworks go off all around the city, you can see it all. And so it's showing me that you can go up on the mountain to see all the beauty and recenter and find your place in it, but don't live up there, okay? We also have, the tower. So the storm warning, there is upheaval and restructuring, okay? But we saw that elsewhere here in one of the cards. There is a restructuring. But this is not a bad tower. This is not a bad storm, because it says not all storms come to disrupt your life. Some come to clear your path. Okay, and remember I was saying that they were holding you back for a reason some months ago, or maybe some of you are just coming up on the timeline on that energy now where you feel a little restricted. They're holding you back for a reason, because a storm is blowing through. And do you know why? Because there was shit in your way that you were going to have to go through to get to your goal. But if we just wait a minute, the divine is sending through a storm to clear that all out. It's going to be hectic. It's going to be chaotic. You're going to feel like the storm is going to tear down, your house or whatever. So like I was saying before, batten down the house, if the rain is coming, do whatever, but don't fear it. Don't avoid it. Let it pass, accept it, and maybe tap into some of the energy that it's bringing through for you, okay? We'll get a few more, just a few. I'm really enjoying your energy right now, so I kind of want to stay in it for a little bit. Look at that, the rainbow right after the storm warning. The worst is over. So I'm going to hold these up together because I'm definitely going to want to screen cap that. Blink, blink, okay? We've got this tower here with the storm warning, and right after we drop the rainbow, the worst is over. So maybe we just leave it at that, huh, Aries? Okay? So you've come through a lot. You're working through a lot. I'm proud of you. I'm so happy to be in your energy for the moment. You're doing great. Keep pushing. Keep feeding the self-care. That is what this cycle is all about, okay? Renew your responsibility to yourself, okay? The reason being is because once the North Node, South Node moves out of Libra and Aries. It's going to go into, I believe, Taurus and Scorpio. Okay? So you're going to need to be in full form in order to come into the new cycle. You don't want to come into it diminished, all right? People are going to look at it as you being selfish for yourself. And in a way, yes, but you're not being selfish in an arrogant, egotistical way. You're being selfish because you need to refeed yourself and nurture yourself and heal yourself, because what's coming in the future, the victories that are coming, the reward, the new cycle, the new opportunities, you're going to need to be at your full power. Okay, so make sure that you work on the self doubt, the negative self talk. Don't give in to gossip, even if the gossip is coming from inside the house. If it's you need to try to work through that. Okay, I'm so glad you stuck with me. Thank you, Aries. I will be back tomorrow with another collective read, seen and unseen. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Till I see you tomorrow. Bye.